programs, Atari here, you there, and this is something just a little bit different. First off, I want to thank you so very much for continuing to watch this channel, for continuing to be subscribed to this channel, and I sincerely appreciate you being here. You help make this possible. Now, of course, this started out as sort of just a place for me to kind of throw a walkthrough of the things that I do, like if I'm working on a phone or I'm working on a piece of equipment. I can record that and can document that and have a reference to go back to later if I need to, and threw it up on YouTube, and lo and behold, people actually started watching it, and things just sort of spiraled out of control from there. Here I am doing contract work for the Element 14 community. They've been great to me. They have helped take this whole thing to the next level, and I sincerely appreciate that, and I am eager and excited to continue working with them in 2020. So before we go into 2020, I do want to take a moment just to look at 2019 in review. First off, we've added 1,594 subscribers to this channel. That doesn't include other channels that I also work with. That is strictly this little family right here. Altogether, about 300,000 video views, amounting to 16,000 hours of watch time accumulated, which is pretty phenomenal considering. That actually kind of blows my mind a little bit, and I do hope to continue creating entertaining and informative content for y'all, but that shall remain to be seen, I suppose. Also managed to finish a lot of projects this past year. First off, big, huge project that I finally managed to finish right there at the tail end of 2019 is the Arduino for Kooks educational series. That's a series of 9 videos that take you from like knowing absolutely nothing about Arduino to being able to build some, rudimentary gadgets. Let's take a look at a few other projects that have been completed so far. First off, we have a replica Altair 8800 based on the Altair Arduino platform, and that was a lot of fun. That kind of pulled in a lot of that retro computer itch that I had. I'll put links to all of these project videos in the show notes down in the doobly-doo, so you can kind of check up on all of them and kind of go back and review all of them as well. Now, just in time for the release of Infinity War, finished up a collaboration with Monte Elkins of Coke and Strippers. He came out to the shop, and we worked on an Infinity Gauntlet. That's actually right here. You can see. Played around a little bit with some portable handhelds, some old school handhelds. Got to make my own little portable Arduino-based handheld. That's been a lot of fun. I need to get some new artwork for it, but that's that'll come in time. Oh man, this is really the cherry on top. This was the big one for the year. This was the Commodore SX64 restoration, and it is a lovely device, and I want to play with it some more. I really want to play Planet X2 on it, and I'm going to be doing that sometime in the future. So that's been kind of what's been going on. If you've been watching the channel for a little bit, you've probably seen that things are a little bit different, and that's because I have built out this studio here. I'm actually in between 2 workbenches, so I have my electronics workbench over here, and I have my assembly bench over here, and this is sort of just an interesting backdrop. And then I've got like storage back there behind the camera, and then I've got like more storage going this way. It's storage right now, but it's also like 3D printing and sewing and some other things that I'm going to be getting into later, maybe this year. Now, I did want to take a minute and say this real quick. A while ago, I commented on one of William Osmond's videos. I think it was the pumpkin boat that he made. And I said, kind of just offhanded, like, oh, I'll make a watermelon boat. And since William Osmond's like here in Southern California, we'll get them together and we'll battle them or something. I don't know. And people jumped on that. Like that was just like an offhanded, like whatever kind of comment, and people just jumped on that. And they want to see it. And so William, if you're watching this and you want to do this, let me know. Otherwise, it's kind of going to be somewhere else. All right, so on to 2020 now. What do I have in the pipeline? First and foremost, I've got a few concepts for some new video shows. One of those is a sit-down chat show where it'll be kind of an interview kind of thing with me and other makers, hackers, creators, kind of going through the creative process. Think of like Inside the Actor's Studio. Think of that, but like sitting around drinking a beer and talking shop, like literally talking shop. Also, I do have some like review videos, sellout videos, and if you watch the new review videos, you'll notice the music. Yes, they are sellout videos, but I'm doing them to keep the lights on here. I get either equipment, or I get paid, or I get some combination thereof. This is all in the spirit of full disclosure, so you guys understand. This should come as no surprise because I am doing videos for the Element 14 community as well. Speaking of sellout videos, interestingly enough, if you remember the IKEA battery video, that's the one that kind of blew up and got my channel on the map. A manufacturer saw that video and they're like, hey, we saw your video. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, would you like to try out our batteries? And I'm like, oh boy. So that's going to be coming up soon. Thrifting, yes, that is a big part of what I do here with the retro technology and with a lot of my build projects. I do require things from the thrift store, so I'm going to start putting those into more vloggy kind of things. Now people are going to be like, you're copying LGR. It's like, well, you know what? I've been accused of copying LGR. I've been accused of copying Ben Heck. I've been accused of copying 8-Bit Guy. Y'all, chill, okay? Chill with the whole like trying to call everybody out for copying everybody else kind of thing. There's no law that says that LGR is the only person that can restore old IBM PCs. There is no law that says that 8-Bit Guy is the only person that can restore old Commodores. I mean, if that were the case, you wouldn't have Parafractic and you wouldn't have Ben Heck. There is no law that says only Ben Heck or Adam Savage can make things on the internet, because otherwise you would not have people like Clem Meyer or Dave Darko or Emily Velasco or any of these people that are my friends, you know? I mean, like, it's absurd. There's plenty of room for everybody. There's plenty of room for all the voices. Yeah, I'm not the 8-Bit Guy. I'm not LGR. I'm not Ben Heck. When I started doing contract work for Element 14, a lot of it was like, hey, this guy looks like Ben. Oh, look at this guy trying to be Ben Heck. And I'm like, I'm not Ben. Ben's a cool guy. I've worked with Ben. He's a very cool guy. And that whole team was really freaking cool. I still work with Max and I still work with Karen. I love working with these people, but I'm not Ben Heck. I am not this other person, and I'm not trying to be. I might be doing things that are similar. There's only one Ben Heckendorn. There's only one Matthew Ergel. If William Osmond held the monopoly on making goofy build maker videos, there would be no Alan Pan. There wouldn't be Stephanie. There wouldn't be Simone Yetch. There wouldn't be this like lovely chorus of voices out there that are all kind of doing a thing. Some of them are doing the same thing as others. Some of them are doing different things than others. Some of them put their own spin on things. Whatever. Let's all learn from each other. Let's all put it together. Let's all just make a big old love stew. It's great. And speaking of working with all these other people, like that's another thing I would like to do more of this year is I would like to do more collaborations. I do have some collaborations planned with Anders Jensen, and I do have something planned with Ernie Smith. Both of them are kind of in the pre-production stages, but we're going to be working on a few things there that will probably be very interesting, and we'll try to put it all together here on the channel in the future. So the question then becomes, what are the next projects? Atari, what are the next projects? So, one, I have a project lined up with this little guy right here. This is an original 2XL from the late 70s. I'm going to revisit an old Ben Heck show project. Yeah. It's hard to be Ben Heck. There was a thing that Ben built, and it broke. It was part of a collaboration he did with 8-Bit Guy, and it broke. And so I'm going to be revisiting that and sending it over to Norway for reasons, which I'm sure you could probably figure out. There was a bit of a running gag when I was working on the Altair of doing a DIY keyboard, of doing a toggle switch keyboard. It's stupid, and I'm probably going to end up doing it sometime. That's on my front burner list. Let's see. I also have another retro computer restoration lined up. I'm gonna be working on that. He's trying to be like LGR. Yeah, so keep an eye out for all of those coming up. Now, if you want to stay on top of these and all the other things I got going on, Instagram at @AirborneSurfer. That's where you're gonna get all the kind of project updates and pictures and things like that going on. Also doing the VHS time capsule over there, and you can connect with me directly on Twitter at AirborneSurfer. And also we've got, it's not released yet, but I've got Patreon. I'll put the link down in the doobly-doo. If you want to sign up for that, go ahead. I'm doing this is kind of the soft launch. I'm not promoting it yet, not doing anything like that yet. There's not really any content there. There's no promises there. Also, if you want to do a collaboration, please get in touch with me on Twitter at AirborneSurfer, and we can chat there. In the meantime, my name is Atari. I thank you so very much for continuing to watch this channel. And until next time, tally-ho, y'all. There's probably a video that you can click somewhere, too.